What is up, guys? It's Bruin Steel here, and welcome to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and we are here to recap the Friday Night Smackdown that took place December 8th, and it took place in Providence, Rhode Island, and it's a special edition of Tribute to the Troops. So, I want to give this time to thank all you men and women who has served for our country. Thank you so much. So yes, we are here to recap the Tribute to the Troops episode of SmackDown that took place December 8th. And I am once joined by Canadian Yorker. How's it going?
Doing pretty well today. How are you doing?
Good, good. It was a great episode. I missed it because I was out of town, but I saw highlights. Plus, I'll let you guys know that going to the Raw was really fun, and we all have our own videos. So make sure you watch the videos from last Monday because we actually went to the WWE the event. So there's full matches in the blog on my channel, and you actually uploaded some videos as well, right?
Yes. I'm still uploading videos. It's in the process. You can definitely expect videos. I also did some recordings of the matches too. So
All right.
stay tuned for that.
All right, and once again, this show was a tribute to the troops. So the show opens up a musical act called "The War," and basically, there was a singer performing "God Bless America" tribute to the troops. I actually don't know how often it comes across. So and basically, the first match of the evening is a United States Championship number one contenders tournament. So, the winner of this tournament will go on to face Logan Paul for the United States Championship. And I know that Gene wants Logan Paul to lose. So, we got two single matches that happened, and they were for the number one contenders tournament. And obviously, the first one, we're obviously familiar with these two. They collided at War Games, Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar in a rematch in which, Dominic Mysterio came out to check out the match. And obviously, I said this before, I wanted Dragon Lee to win. But yeah, it was back and forth. I saw maybe like Rey Mysterio was going to come and cost Escobar a United States chance. But, it went back and forth. I thought it was a pretty good match, but I just don't want Santos Escobar to win the title. That's just so bad for views and stuff like that. But Santos Escobar, like he beat Dragon Lee, Santos Escobar was able to defeat Dragon Lee with his Phantom Driver. Um, and so that's pretty much the first match. And Santos Escobar will be moving on in this United States Championship number one contender tournament. So, what did you think of this match?
Honestly, I think it's a great win for Santos Escobar. Despite the craziness that he's done um, over the past month or so, it's been great to see him move up in the rankings to face Logan Paul. He is the challenger that Logan Paul needs. Um, because if not for Rey Mysterio, who won the championship, and Santos was happy about that. Now Santos gets his chance to actually win the championship from Logan Paul, and it's going to be a really good matchup. So I'm looking forward to it. I want to see who's going to come out champion, and it will not be Logan Paul for sure. So Logan Paul will lose his title to Santos Escobar.
We'll see. We'll see. But there's rumors saying that Logan's gonna hold the title until next year, so we have to see. um,
We shall see.
anyways, Cody Rhodes come out and just Cody Rhodes show up on SmackDown. Obviously he's so proud of the tribute to the troops. I don't know how often this WWE does tribute to the troops. Um, but he said he wants to thank. He just gave a shout out to the whole military in attendance. It was basically military and stuff like that, and the audience obviously tribute to the troops. But nothing really to share my thoughts on it. I mean, it was great to see Cody Rhodes, a fan favorite, and obviously that's just that. The next match is Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross. We haven't seen Karrion Kross in like forever. It's a WWE United States Championship #1 Contenders Tournament first round match. I was actually rooting for Karrion Kross. I want to see Karrion Kross get a push. Obviously, I think Karrion Kross is great. I watched this guy ever since he was on NXT along with Scarlett. I wanted him to like win the championship. I saw at one point when he made his return, he attacked Drew McIntyre, sending a message to Roman Reigns. I thought we were gonna get a Karrion Kross versus Roman Reigns feud, but apparently not. They erased that. But they just had Karrion Kross having like little feuds with many superstars, but not going after a championship. So, but obviously Bobby Lashley is like a dominating person, and Karrion Kross, he just was not where to be found throughout these few months. But obviously, went back and forth. Karrion Kross, I don't like how they're like. I just don't like how they're not giving Kross a push, and obviously Bobby Lashley. They want to see Bobby Lashley obviously win this match because he's part of a faction. So yeah, Bobby Lashley was able to sneak in a spear on Karrion Kross to win the match. So what did you think of this match?
Yes, well, that Bobby Lashley is definitely leaving his mark in the singles matches, and it's really nice to see him doing his thing with against Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is just this guy has no faction he's joined with. He has no um, he is his own person. Um, maybe it's good to see Karrion Kross get a push that he needs to improve himself. Um, but for Bobby Lashley and the Street Gucci Profits, they need they need something that's gonna to move them up to the next level. Um, Obviously, going for the bigger fish, that's gonna be good for them. But right now, like the Bloodline, the Judgment Day are doing their thing. They're kind of involved and busy with other things, with other factions. So these guys, the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, they need to really improve themselves, you know, by upping their reputation. So that's what I see how they can keep on moving forward as a group. So
All right, and I do want to have another discussion because it looks like we talked about this as the end of Damage Control. This is the second week that Damage Control has left Bailey behind. So we have to see what happens. I'm just saying Bailey is gonna get kicked out and probably turn babyface. But what do you know? The next match is Asuka versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. Obviously, these two having history with each other, obviously. And, oh, actually, never mind, sorry. The next segment, actually, after that was CM Punk returning to SmackDown. And obviously, the battle, we have to see which brand CM Punk goes on. Obviously, CM Punk went out there and he started to taunt like Cody Rhodes. He started to taunt Roman Reigns, saying that, "Oh, I acknowledge you, but I was the one with the wise men first." And he taunted Seth Rollins and basically said that he's not even the man in his own household. So that's a huge blow. Um, so, what are your thoughts on this whole CM Punk returning and stuff like that, and then the promos that he has um, came out with, and what brand do you think you'll be on?
yeah, man, Punk can go to any brand. He can go to NXT. He can go to Raw. He can go to SmackDown. There's a lot more variety for CM Punk to work with now, and CM Punk has a lot more variety to work with. So I think he's just happy to be back in the WWE where he can work with all this with all this talent here. Um, with him being on SmackDown, of course, like we talked about it. He's throwing shots at Roman Reigns. He's throwing shots at Paul Heyman. He's throwing shots at him and Seth Rollins went back and forth. Um, you know, it, some people have been saying that CM Punk is going after Seth Rollins for the the World Heavyweight Championship. That might be the case. Um, but there might be some other players and at work who want to go for the WWE, who want to go for the World Heavyweight Championship. Um, there's a lot that has to be said. Um,
And he has
CM Punk has
he actually announced that he's gonna be in the Royal Rumble, so CM Punk might win the Royal Rumble.
he might win the Royal Rumble, yes. And if he wins the Royal Rumble, then he can choose to go after Roman. He can choose to go after the NXT champ. He can choose to go after um, Seth Rollins. You know, so
Yeah.
there's also Gunther also. Um, so there's a lot of things. There's a lot of different pathways that CM Punk can take. Um, I do know that in his promo, he said he wanted to main event WrestleMania. Now, that's a clue to know where he's going. That could mean that he's going. He could be in Raw and going after to main event WrestleMania. He could be going after Roman to main event WrestleMania. But that's gonna interrupt Cody's story. So, what is his true goal? What is his true goal? Why is he here back in the WWE? What does he want to accomplish? Yeah, he obviously mentioned his goal is to win at WrestleMania. So I'm thinking he's probably going just to announce he's going to Raw. Or he could be working between Raw and NXT. You know, there's there's a lot to be said here. We'll have to find out when he announces it. At the time that he's ready to announce it.
All right. So next match is Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. Like I said before, the high tension between Damage Control and Bailey. Bailey's second week in a row that they leave Bailey in the wind. Obviously, they told Bailey for the second week in a row to stay in the back, so it's indication that Bailey's definitely gonna get kicked out, I believe. So yeah, it's actually Karrion and IYO Sky coming out with Asuka, and this match basically was an even 1-on-1 because Celine Vega and Mia Ying even the odds, beating up Carly Sane and IYO Sky, and they ran off Damage Control, leaving a even 1-on-1. But like last week, Bailey didn't listen to Damage Control, comes out and run interference. It was a great match. Um, it was a great match until Bailey once again came down, even though the Damage Control told her to stay in the back. But actually, this time it worked. This time Bailey ran interference. Asuka was able to lock a block. Asuka was able to sneak in the schoolboy pin for a win. So that's interesting because 2 times in a row in 2 weeks, Damage Control told Bailey to stay in the back. First time didn't go well, but this second time it worked well, helping Asuka getting the win. So we have to see what happens. What are your thoughts on the whole Bailey situation and this match?
Bailey. I feel like the Bailey situation. I'm gonna just gonna find this funny. I feel like the Bailey situation is like the New York Jets. Like the Jets lose to a bad team, but they're able to beat a good team. You know what I'm saying? So like today, the Jets beat the Texans, who are a better team. But the last time they lost to um, the Patriots. They lost to a team that they can't even beat. So it feels like that. Like on one week, the Damage Control is going to lose one match, and then the next week, Damage Control is going to win a match. Um, so with Bailey interfering, it's going to be like that. It depends on the member. if the member is actually experienced to take advantage of opportunities. And Asuka is one of those members that knows when to take advantage of opportunities when she sees it. She's really, really good at that. She's a master at that. So of course Asuka is going to win because she recognizes opportunities when she sees it. Because Bailey's interfering in the match, so she's going to take advantage of it. When Bailey lost the last match, Bailey, the person that person did not take advantage of the opportunity that was there. So it's like a tricky situation with Bailey. At one point the damage control needs Bailey because Bailey can be a really good asset. At another point, Bailey can be a liability. Depending on the person. Depending on the situation. I think it all boils down to the situation which damage control is in, right? So that's what I think. Because damage control, they don't save them when they were in the um you know Bailey saved them before they got eliminated. Um, I don't think they should kick her out just yet because she's really showing that she wants to stay in damage control. She wants to be with damage control, and she's really saving their butts. So she is damage control. Bailey, I could say Bailey is damage control because she made damage control. So she knows how damage control works. So it wouldn't make sense for them to kick her out just yet. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It just doesn't make sense.
But
It
I
doesn't make
still
sense.
think
It's just
that
it's
they're
not the
building
right
up.
time.
I still think they're going to build up IYO Sky, turning on Bailey and then having them face off at WrestleMania. That's going to be a huge match if it's Bailey versus IYO Sky at WrestleMania.
Yeah, yeah, I could see Bailey versus IYO Sky, but Asuka and Kyrie Sane, they are new members of Damage Control. Dakota Kai has been around for a while, so they all know each other well. Bailey, Io, and Kai and Dakota, they know each other really well. With Kylie and Asuka, they're still new members. You know what I'm saying? So it just seems to me like Damage Control has this culture. Damage Control knows what they need to do to win matches, right? And Bailey knows when the right time to interfere and stuff. And sometimes it costs them, sometimes it doesn't cost them. So I think over the past few matches, this past match, they won the match, right? The last match that she interfered in, that person lost, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
And then they also lost. I think they lost. They won the last one when they were facing the five team tag team match, right? They lost that one.
Yeah.
And then, but the previous one to that, they actually won that one.
So
So
yeah,
yeah,
it's it's like
it's
it's like a difficult situation. I mean, another possibility I can see with damage control is like Billy. Um, you know, obviously the history with Carly Sane and Bailey. Obviously Bailey attacked her in 2020. I can see probably team. So like Bailey can like say that, oh, I'm the true damage control. If any of you guys want to be with me, come with me. Any of you guys who hates me, they can like separate into two different teams. Dakota. I can see like maybe Dakota Kai joining Bailey, and then maybe I mean they can just split up like into two teams hitting each other. I mean that's gonna be crazy, But
yeah, it would be like the Bloodline Civil War, sort of. It
yeah.
would be like a damage control civil
We could
war
have something like
thing, but
that. Obviously the whole situation with Jay getting booted out. But they could like it's kind of like Bailey getting kicked out. Bailey might feud with Damage Control for a bit, like Jay, feuded with the Bloodline for a bit, and then maybe Bailey gets moved to like Raw or something that we can possibly see that, and then
yes,
maybe seeing like someone that Damage Control, like you obviously know, Jay made enemies on Raw. We can see Bailey making enemies on Raw as well.
Yes, yes. I think also it's like this. Kyrie saying, since Kyrie saying is back, Kyrie saying is going to influence IYO Sky to betray Bailey, because Kyrie saying, even though she says she forgives Bailey, she doesn't really forgive Bailey. She wants revenge on Bailey, so she's going to influence IYO to kick Bailey out of Damage Control. Her and Asuka. I don't know. I don't think Asuka likes Bailey either. To be honest
You
with
know, the
you.
fact that they
So
faced each other many times, yes.
yes, yes, it could be definitely because they're Japanese. Okay, of course, because they're fellow countrymen. Of course, Bailey and I mean Asuka and Io are going to influence Bailey Io to do something. So
Because here's the interesting thing though. I'm not sure it's not possible, but Sasha Banks, I obviously she changed her name and went to Japan to wrestle. You obviously know how good friends Bailey and Sasha Banks were. There's actually rumors that Sasha Banks might actually return to WWE. So there's actually been talks on Twitter, Facebook that what's her name in Japan? Marsh or something. I forgot her name. But there was rumors that she's gonna bring back Sasha Banks and make an alliance with Bailey. So what if they did this? What if Bailey gets kicked out and then Dakota Kai goes with her? It's gonna be like what 3-on-2. The mystery third person on Bailey team is Sasha.
possibly we're gonna have to
Because
see
there's
it
actually
and
a
see
lot
how
of like
things work.
pictures of them together. Like they actually had pictures of like Dakota Kai, Sasha Banks, and Bailey all together like in the past.
So, but that they can't call themselves Damage Control because Damage Control is under EO.
Yeah, so I don't. We have to
So
see. We have to see what it is. We do have one match that we haven't talked about. We've been talking about the damage control. It's interesting, but I want to move on to the main
it
event.
is interesting.
It's LA Knight and Randy Orton, obviously against the Bloodline. Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Obviously, CM Punk was backstage. You know the history between Randy Orton and CM Punk. Obviously, CM Punk had a little, conversation with Cody Rhodes back in their AEW days. It's good to see Cody Rhodes and CM Punk together. And then obviously Randy Orton told Nick Aldis that he paid his fine. Obviously Randy Orton got fined for RKOing Nick Aldis last week. He said that the fine was 50,000, but you paid me 100,000, and it's like that's for the next time I RKO you. So I'm like, yes, he's gonna RKO Nick Aldis again. But obviously the history with CM Punk and Randy Orton, they had a backstage segment, and they said that you get good luck, boys, and just left. And obviously Randy Orton had a talk with Nick Aldis saying that you team him up with LA Knight. I don't even know who LA Knight is. So I was like, does Randy Orton trust LA Knight? And Nick Aldis said like, oh, you both want the bloodline. Here's your opportunity. um, but surprisingly, Randy Orton and LA Knight worked really good as a team. Obviously it's probably a fan favorite team right there, like a dream team. But I was looking for that RKO on LA Knight after the match. Randy Orton. That'd be funny if Randy Orton just RKO'd LA Knight after the match. Um, um,
But you could also have Randy Orton get a DFT from LA Knight. So
yeah, but
yeah,
going into this match, obviously I knew LA Knight and Randy Orton were gonna win. Obviously, it went back and forth. Like I said, I didn't really watch the Friday Night Smackdown last week because I was out of town. So I didn't actually watch a few highlights for some of the matches. But I know that RKO Randy Orton was able to hit the RKO on Jimmy Uso to win the match. So I know there were some up and downs in this match. I don't know if you watched this match, but LA Knight and Randy Orton gets the pitfall and the win over Jimmy Uso and Solo with the RKO from Orton on Jimmy Uso. And the interesting thing is, like, Orton said that he wants to go after the Bloodline, but the time that he got injured, Solo was not part of the Bloodline, so we have to see what happens. Obviously, Randy Orton's looking at Solo and it's like, who the hell is this? Obviously, when Randy Orton got injured by the Bloodline, Solo was not even in the group at all. Like Solo Sikoa, I didn't even know who that guy was, but Solo wasn't even in the Bloodline at that time Randy got hurt. So it's interesting to see. So, but what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's interesting to know that was a while ago, and Randy got injured by the bloodline, by Jay Uso and Jimmy Uso. Um, Jimmy Uso obviously patched he has patched things up with Randy, and yeah, Jimmy is no. Of course, Randy's going to be surprised that Jimmy and Jay have a brother named Solo, and Solo is the new member of the bloodline, and they've just if they've there's now we have this new chapter that's opened up with LA Knight uh and Randy Orton going after Jimmy and Solo. So it's kind of tough to say, because now Randy Orton wants to go after Roman Reigns. Um, it's but at the same time, LNA also wants to go after Roman Reigns. So are we going to see a triple threat match between Roman Reigns and Randy, and Roman, Randy, and LA Knight? Is that going to happen?
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know because it's a lot of option for like I said before CM Punk. Everyone's scratching their heads like who CM Punk is going to challenge. I think obviously the company is bringing up that story. I think CM Punk is actually going to win the Royal Rumble, and I want to bring up something that our friend Joey brought up that Cody Rhodes is not going to win the Royal Rumble. There's going to be an elimination chamber match where the winner will face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So Joey said that Cody Rhodes could win an elimination chamber match to become a number one contender to Roman. CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble, and that's going to have him challenge Seth. But
mhm.
if CM Punk obviously he called out Roman Reigns, he called out Paul Heyman, he called out Seth Rollins, he called out a lot of people. But if CM Punk goes after Roman, I just don't see that because you got Randy Orton going after Roman, and then obviously Cody Rhodes going after finishing his story. So I don't know. I think the best part thing is to do is CM Punk feuding with Seth Rollins. Obviously, Seth Rollins has a huge grudge against CM Punk. Obviously, so people are thinking that feud is gonna be popping.
Yes, I can see that happening. The only person that CM Punk has not called out is Gunther, which I find
Yeah,
interesting.
I
Um,
don't think CM Punk is gonna challenge Gunther. It's gonna be a World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk is gonna go after. So, obviously CM Punk won the World Heavyweight Championship a while back. He held all the championships. I mean, obviously CM Punk wasn't around when the Undisputed Universal Championship was made. Was he? I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he held
I
um
no.
he held the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. So we have to see what happens. But yeah, it was a pretty short SmackDown. Obviously tribute to the troops. I kind of they should have John Cena in this episode, knowing that John Cena does the salute sign. But obviously that didn't happen. But special edition of the SmackDown that will do it. Tribute to the troops. Once again, thank you all the men and women who have served or have serving right now for our country. But that's will do it for the December 8th on SmackDown. In terms of grading, I give this show a plain B. So how about you?
I'm gonna give it a B plus,
B plus.
because there's all this, yeah, there's a lot of hype going on, a lot of uncertainty going on with CM Punk knowing where he's going, and Randy Orton, the judge, the damage control. There's a lot of things going on, so there's a lot of hype happening, and it's really exciting to see all this hype. So that's why I'm giving it a B plus.
Alright, so that will do it. My name is Bruin Steele. This is Canadian Yorker. Thank you guys for watching our WWE broadcast, and hopefully we'll be back this week at some point for our Monday Night Raw. And it's a little disappointing because we went to the Monday Night Raw this past week, and it seems like Becky Lynch and Cody Rhodes didn't wrestle, and then, well, you know, Becky Lynch gets to wrestle next week, so I'm kind of ashamed that I haven't seen Becky Lynch wrestle yet, and Cody Rhodes wrestle yet. They're all wrestling next week. I feel like this Monday night is going to be a much better Monday Night Raw than the Albany, New York, so now we wait. We have to figure out when the next Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. Hopefully it's SmackDown, but usually it's been Monday Night Raw comes back to our area. So, but it was a lot of fun, and yeah, we will see you guys later for the next broadcast. Any last words, Canadian Yorker?
Um, I don't have much to say tonight. It's
Tribute to the
just that
troops. Let's go.
can't wait.
Like I said, I don't know how
Oh,
often tribute to the
I
troops is
salute the
made.
troops.
Yep.
Yes, I definitely salute the troops for thank you for your hard work and service and your appreciation. I show appreciation to you for for your contribution to our country. Thank you very much for your service.
It feels like it's a coincidence because I was actually in DC. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yep.
But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We are out. I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday night, and we'll be back for the next broadcast. See you guys later.
See you later. Peace.